pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody, please remain standing. I'd like to take a moment of silence for Pete Sallow, who was a past supervisor that passed away a couple weeks ago. Thank you. Roll call.
Bill Carlos, 2nd Ward.
Joe Conti, 3rd Ward. Joseph Lepore, 5th Ward.
Ann Shershin, 6th Ward.
Alicia Salvatore, Town Clerk.
Jim Nelson, attorney for the town.
John Baisley, Town Supervisor. I'd like to welcome everybody. We have no public hearing tonight, which are good. It's basically a first meeting of the year, and it's for a lot of appointments, salaries, and so on and so forth. I'll go down the list, and then we'll open it up for comment. 1 is appoint attorney to the town. 2 is appoint Craig Wallace, code enforcement attorney in parking violations. 3, appoint David Wise, Esquire, labor and employment legal services. 4, designation 2017 town board meeting schedule. 5, approve the non-union salary schedule. 6, adopt the 2017 holiday schedule. 7, adopt the 2017 highway department rental rates. 8, bid award the highway supplies for 2017. 9, authorize adopt the 2017 agreement to expand highway funds pursuant to section 284 New York State Highway Law. 10, authorize bonds for all town officials. 11, appointment of 2017 emergency interim successors. 12, appointment emergency chain of command for 2017. 13, adjustment of holiday schedule for the highway department due to leaf pickup. 14, establish the standard workday for elected appointed officials. 15, authorize town business mileage rate reimbursement to current IRS rate. 16, authorize the supervisor assign an agreement with Martin Schneider as our grant writer. 17, accept the resignation of Donald Wise Fire Prevention Bureau. 18, accept the certificate of attendance for Carl Whitehead and the planning board. 19, approve the town board minutes for November 16th, the town board, December 7th, town board, and December 14th, the town board. I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules for public comment on any item on the agenda.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Anybody like to discuss anything on the agenda? Come on up, Doreen.
I just have a question on number 9, 2017 agreement to expend highway funds. So could you just briefly explain what that is?
Yeah, as soon as I find it. This is just what he has to do with his funds for years. Is this the state money, Felicia?
I have a copy if you want.
Yeah.
It's done every year. It just explains which roads are going to be paved for the year.
And this isn't tied into the bond at all. This is other road money. I think it's the state money. We get the CHIPS money.
Okay.
So it's basically a road in each ward is what it was. No?
No.
Not chips.
Come on up, Mr. Pfeiffer.
Yeah, there wasn't anything posted online, so I just thought I would
Oh, you
ask.
didn't have a copy of that?
I did not see it online, no.
Okay. Now you have one.
Thank you.
Mark.
Yeah, it's not the CHIPS money that we get, it's the money that you guys put in my budget to pave roads with.
And we don't have to approve the CHIPS money at all. That's a different...
Right, that's a different fund that we get. We're never positive exactly how much CHIPS money we get each year. And that money can be used for equipment or roads as well, that kind of stuff. So, but this is the money that you guys put into the highway budget for the roads. It's one, and the way I've always done it year after year, it's one road per ward, per year. Because it's 400, the paving money, the drainage is $450,000.
All right.
So it breaks it up so that.
It's just a regular budgeted line item.
But for the state part of that, the money that you release for that has to be approved by the town board for the highway department for me to spend.
It's
I
done.
learn something new all the time. I thought it was CHIPS money.
No, that's not CHIPS money.
It's a good thing I asked then. Thank
So, Doreen,
you.
thanks for your help. Would anybody else like to discuss any item on the agenda? I make a motion to resume the rules.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Councilman Carlos.
Be it resolved that the town board finds it to be in the best interest of the town to designate Vanderwater and Vanderwater LLP
as attorneys to the Town of Poughkeepsie pursuant to Town Law, Section 20, Sub 2, Sub B, for 2017, without the solicitation of alternative proposals, and does hereby designate to provide such legal services as at Town Hall, at Town Board meetings, and by telephone consultation for $98,000 to provide the balance of required legal services at a rate of $165 per hour for partners, $155 an hour for associates, and $88 an hour for paralegals, subject to a shared annual cap of $65,000, together with the Zoning and Planning Board pass-through funded services as requested, and to represent the town in litigation and tax certiorari matters as separately assigned from time to time. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved that for 2017, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby find that it is in the best interest of the town to reappoint Wallace & Wallace LLP pursuant to Section 22B of the town law to act as attorney for the town without solicitation or of alternate proposals, and does so appointed to provide services for code enforcement advice and litigation of the Town of Poughkeepsie, town courts regarding zoning, noise control, animal control, building code control and violations, parking violations, and vehicle and traffic enforcement at the rate of $155 per hour, subject to an annual maximum cap of $60,000 from the legal department budget line, with any surplus reverting to the general fund at the end of the year 2017, together with the zoning board and planning board pass-through funded services at the rate of $165 per hour for partners of counsel and senior associate attorneys, $155 per hour for associates, and $80 per hour for paralegals and zoning and planning board matters at those rates, subject to a shared cap of $65,000 per year. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on those? Just so you know, in both of these, there's been no increase. These are the same rates as they were last year. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Be resolved that the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby find that it is the best interest of the town to authorize the supervisor to sign a labor and employment legal services letter agreement for the year 2017 between the Town of Poughkeepsie and David R. Weiss, Esquire, for the law firm of McKay, Butts, and Weiss, without solicitation and alternative proposals, that does hereby authorize execution of said agreement, a copy of which is attached hereto. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on this? Same thing, no increase in this. They've stayed the same. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie has determined that a regular meeting of the board shall be held on the first and third Wednesday of each month, with a committee of the whole meeting to be held on the second Wednesday of each month for the year 2017, unless otherwise noted. Now therefore be resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby adopt the 2017 Town Board meeting schedule, a true copy of which is attached hereto and incorporated herein, and be further resolved, said meeting shall be at the Town Hall, Town of Poughkeepsie, 1 Over Rocker Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, and shall commence at 7 p.m. unless otherwise noted. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Be resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby approve and adopt the non-union salary schedule for the year 2017, a copy of which is attached hereto and incorporated herein. So moved.
Second.
The motion second. Any questions on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Item 6. Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby declare and adopt the following official holidays for the year 2017, to wit: New Year's Day, Monday, January 2nd, 2017. Martin Luther King Day, Monday, January 16th, 2017. President's Day, Monday, February 20th, 2017. Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th, 2017. Independence Day, Tuesday, July 4th, 2017. Labor Day, Monday, September 4th, 2017. Columbus Day, Monday, October 9th, 2017. Election Day, Tuesday, November 7th, 2017. Veterans Day, Friday, November 10th, 2017. Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 23rd, 2017. Day after Thanksgiving, Friday, November 24th, 2017. Christmas Day holiday, Monday, December 25th, 2017. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Whereas proposals were solicited for the Highway Department rental rates for the year 2017. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby approve and adopt the Highway Department rental rates for this year, 2017, per the recommendation of the Superintendent of Highways, true copies of which are on file in the Town Clerk's office for public inspection. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Whereas bids were solicited for highway supplies for the year 2017, and whereas said bids were received and opened, now therefore be resolved that the Town Board, Town of Poughkeepsie, does hereby award the bids for highway supplies for year 2017 per the recommendation of the Highway Superintendent and as outlined in the documentation attached here to and made a part year of. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize, adopt, and approve the execution of an agreement pursuant to Section 284 of the New York State Highway Law to expand the town highway funds of 2017 according to the terms and conditions set forth herein, a true copy which is attached hereto and made a part of hereof. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on that one? No. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie is hereby declare and direct that the bonds for all town officials be continued in the same manner as heretofore established with the same force and effect. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
11. Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint the following individuals as emergency interim successors for the year 2017 as requested by the Dutchess County Department of Emergency Response and does hereby specify their rank in order of succession listed the following individuals. 1. Joe Lepore. 2. William G. Carlos Jr. 3. Michael Safone. Be it further resolved, the supervisor is hereby authorized, empowered, and directed to execute the emergency interim successor designation form and return it to the department, to Dutchess County Department of Emergency Response. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint the following individuals as the emergency chain of command for the year 2017 to wit: 1. John J. Baisley. 2. Joseph Lepore. 3. Mark Pfeiffer. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions, comments on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
I'm just shocked about the previous ones. Be it resolved, the Town Board, Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby adjust the holiday schedule for the Highway Department due to its leave pickup commitments on the Election Day and Veterans Day as follows. Election Day, November 7, 2017, changed to August 3rd. That should be 2027.
That's a corrected one, Joe.
This is an amended one.
Okay, I'm sorry, 2027. Veterans Day, November 11, 2017, changed to December 26, 2017. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on this one?
Well, I've got the not corrected one too, and I was thinking 3027. Anyway, that's,
No, it's 2017.
Be a pile in front of you.
I see it. I didn't get to it. So.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes
Yeah, it's
5-0.
Yeah, I'll make a correction.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby establish the standard workday for each elective and appointed official, which shall not be less than 6 hours per day, and also for employee positions per attached form RS 2418, and be further resolved that the standard workday shall be Monday through Friday, and be further resolved the following is a list of elected officials with their term expiration dates. So workday, term ends, and hours. John J. Baisley, Supervisor, 12/31/17, 8. To be determined, First Ward Councilman, 12/31/17, 6. Joe Conti, Third Ward Councilman, 2/31/17, 6.
12.
Yeah, excuse me, 12/31/6. Mike Saffone, 4th Ward Councilman, 12/31/17/6. Joe Lepore, 5th Ward Councilman, 12/31/17/6. Ann Shershon, 6th Ward Councilwoman, 12/31/17/6. Karen Schubert, Receiver Taxes, 12/31/17/8. Felicia Salvador, Town Clerk, 12/31/17/8. Mark Pfeiffer, Highway Superintendent of Highways, 12/31/17/8. And Stefan Krakauer, Town Justice, 12/31/19/6. And be further resolved that the following is a list of appointed officials with their term expiration dates. Charles Ebert, Comptroller, 12/31/17/8. Kathleen Tabor, Assessor, 9/31/19/8. Ron Spiro Jr., Police Chief, 12/31/18/8. And be further resolved that commencing May 30th, 2017, the elected and appointed officials shall have recorded and certified, or will record, if not in time-keeping system, his or her work activities for a period of 3 consecutive months, which will include matters outside the normal working hours for the purpose of actually attending to official duties, including to responding to emergency, attending employee-sponsored event, or meeting with, or responding to members of the public on matters of official business, and be further resolved that said record shall be completed and submitted to the clerk of the governing board, and be further resolved that the town clerk is authorized and directed to certify the standard workday and reporting resolutions as presented to this town board. So moved.
Second?
We have a motion second. Jim, is the police chief supposed to have an expiration date on this?
The chief has a contract,
Is that the correct date?
and I don't recall, is that the correct date, chief?
Okay.
It is.
All right, we're good to go.
Good.
Any questions on that one?
Is it amended one of this too?
No question.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Pardon me, Ms. Salvatore?
Yes.
On the second page, it says, "And be it further resolved that commencing April 1st." Had you changed that to May 1st?
Yeah, I gave you two corrected ones. but-
Okay, I'm looking at the old one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Be it resolved, the town board of Town of Poughkeepsie is hereby continue the amount paid for business mileage reimbursement at the current IRS rate. So moved.
Second?
Second, any question on that one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Item 16, be it resolved that the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize the supervisor to execute a contract between the town of Poughkeepsie and Martin Schneider to provide grant writing services, which contract will be in effect through December 31st, 2017, in substantially the form as presented. So moved.
All second?
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does accept with regret the resignation of Donald Wise, effective immediately from the Fire Prevention Bureau. So moved.
Second.
Motion second, any questions on this one? Just like to thank Donald for his service. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Be resolved that town board, town of Poughkeepsie does hereby accept the certification of attendance for Carl H. Whitehead from Land Use Law Center for the course entitled Land Use System Setting the Stage, held on November 29th, 2016, a copy of which is attached. So moved.
Second?
Motion second, any question on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby accept the minutes for the following 2016 town board meetings to wit: November 16th, 2016, regular town board meeting; December 7th, 2016, regular town board meeting; December 14th, 2016, regular town board meeting. So moved.
Second?
Motion second, any questions on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. We have come to the end of our reorganization meeting. A motion to suspend rules for any item on the town agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody else that would like to speak to the town board? Is there anybody that would like to speak to the town board?
About any subject at all?
We're at the very end of the meeting.
Oh, well, I guess I made it just in time. I hand something out?
Yep.
There's one for everybody.
Happy New Year. Good evening. My name is Stacy Messler, and I am a resident of New Hamburg. And I'm here tonight on behalf of the New Hamburg Neighborhood Association. Several weeks ago, we learned through court filings that the Town of Poughkeepsie had decided to re-enter into mediation with the Bottini Company in connection with matters related to the suit filed by the Bottini Company in federal court. Given the timing of the upcoming court dates, it was clear that mediation is about to commence. And I'm sure you understand the residents' concerns over such mediation. The facts and circumstances surrounding the town's decision to adopt local traffic laws in New Hamburg have not changed. As evidenced by the photos I just provided for you, the streets of New Hamburg are still too small to safely accommodate the type of truck traffic that the company is determined to push through. Our children still walk to and wait at the school bus stops that are marked on those photos, and they should still be protected by the town in these situations. They should still be able to ride their bicycles and play outside during the hours when school is out. The 9 o'clock to 2 p.m. restrictions on 18-wheeler truck traffic in our small residential hamlet was an already compromised regulation. The enacted legislation is already the middle ground. As a group of residents, we have discussed whether the town would actually negotiate away the small protections provided by the traffic regulations. Many residents thought, no way. However, as an attorney, I am more skeptical and have been contemplating what legal arguments the company could be attempting to make, which could cause the town to re-enter mediation after the unsuccessful attempt last summer. I believed that the reconvening of mediation was bad news for the residents, and after conferring with several attorneys, I became more concerned. I reached out to my neighbors and I contacted the board members of the New Hamburg Neighborhood Association to let them know what I had learned. All we had were attorneys' suppositions and predictions and our own hunches and fears. However, earlier today, New Hamburg resident Diane Levitt wrote to Mr. Lepore. In her email, Mrs. Levitt said that she had heard that the town is considering rescinding all or part of the laws passed by the town board in regards to the truck size, weight, and hours at the New Hamburg terminal. She received an email back from Mr. Lepore where he wrote, "Someone is feeding information. I wonder who."
Just for the record, did not reply the email.
I have the copy of the email.
Did not reply the email.
I have it. I can provide it to all of the board members. She had heard about all of this from me, her skeptical and suspicious neighbor. And it seems, based on the email, that these suspicions are more credible based on the email that we think we received by Mr. Lepore. But at this point, frankly, I wish I had a friend on this board. Is money the issue? On the town's behalf, we understand that litigation will cost the town money. But the protections afforded the residents by the traffic regulations are worth paying for. And when the town prevails in litigation, the Bottini Company will be required to pay these costs. New Hamburg residents noticed in early winter 2016 that there was a significant lessening in the amount of Bottini 18-wheelers entering New Hamburg to use the New Hamburg facility. Other oil companies continued their use of the facility during this time, including during non-permitted times. Since Bottini 18-wheelers were seen by many residents outside of New Hamburg, we questioned where the company was purchasing their oil and for what purpose. The New Hamburg Neighborhood Association contracted with JRD Investigations, LLC, to do the necessary surveillance and issue a report on any findings. We now know that the company has been purchasing oil at the Buckeye Terminal, Roseton. We do not know the company's purpose in significantly lessening their own 18-wheeler use of the New Hamburg terminal. terminal. However, we do recall in an early Botini case filing that the company stated that they could not purchase oil anywhere else and that they had to have use of the New Hamburg terminal 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Clearly, the company is able to operate its business while purchasing oil from other companies. We are concerned that the company may be trying to manipulate the town and the court in some way by lessening their own use of the New Hamburg terminal. Perhaps they are trying to produce evidence showing some economic impact. However, under New York state law, all property is held under the implied obligation that the owner's use of it must not be damaging to the community, and the law does not turn that principle into one that requires compensation whenever the state asserts its power to regulate, and that regulation causes an impact on private property. Under New York state law, the Botini Company bears a heavy burden of demonstrating by dollars and cents evidence that under no permissible use would the New Hamburg terminal as a whole be capable of producing a reasonable return upon enforcement of the regulations. Under New York state law, the Botini Company is only entitled to a reasonable return on their initial purchase of the New Hamburg tank farm. They are not entitled to any return on any additional investments they made in their plans to use the facility as their primary distribution center. The residents of New Hamburg should not be required to pay for the company's business decision. The company has no substantive legal argument to support any payment of compensation from the town in connection with the enacted laws. Also, please remember that the company operates in New Hamburg under a pre-existing non-conforming use right. This means that the company cannot alter the use of the facility from the time that they purchased it. By the company's own admission, they changed the use of the facility from a small, local delivery facility to one that handled the oil distribution for a now massive interstate oil delivery company. The town is ethically obligated to not only protect the residents of New Hamburg, but to enforce the in-place zoning. The fact that the company sued the town should have no bearing on how the town proceeds in protecting its residents. In the judge's decision in the preliminary injunction, he specifically stated that what the residents say matters. In his opinion, he noted the company's dubious claims. He said that the new laws were not arbitrary and not capricious. He agreed that the residents have significant safety concerns. He told the company that there are legitimate local concerns. The judge specifically noted the critical resident testimony, photographic evidence, petition, truck logs, videographic evidence, school children, bus stops, increase in traffic in recent years. He said the court disagrees with the company and that New Hamburg is entitled to quiet enjoyment and that what the residents state is not illusory. The judge underscored that this was the company's business decision and that there was no likelihood of success on the merits. The federal judge, looking at the relevant law, did not believe that the company had any real chance of winning their suit. We are deeply concerned that any lessening of the restrictions on the allowed 18-wheeler truck traffic will lead to a dangerous increase in such traffic in New Hamburg. If the town determines to contract away the safety of our community and the quiet enjoyment of our homes, then the members of the New Hamburg Neighborhood Association will be left with no alternative but to pursue our own legal action. The New Hamburg Neighborhood Association is prepared to enter into a multi-family litigation against the town of Poughkeepsie. We are also prepared to file a complaint against the town with the Attorney General's Office and the State Office of Public Integrity. Regardless of what might be going on in the rest of the country, New York is still a state that cares about its residents. The Governor and the Attorney General of New York take actions every day to ensure that the safety and quality of life for New Yorkers. We trusted and relied on you to protect us, and we walked away with a resolution that felt less than satisfactory, but one that the residents still felt like we could live with. Please don't betray the trust and reliance. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else that would like to address the board at this time? Nobody else? Just like to say that we are going to mediation in good faith. There has been no compromise whatsoever. We have not discussed anything with the other side at all. So whatever was passed around today that said that we had done anything absolutely is incorrect. We are just going in to meet while the case is still going forward to see what comes. There has been no decision, no correspondence. with this board, with the other side at all. So we're just going in good faith. As they go through and they're going through their discovery, we are going to mediation just to see if, what's going on and what can come about, but there has been no decision from this board whatsoever on what will be done. With that said, is there anybody else that would like to address the board? If not, make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Town board adjourns at 7:30 p.m.
Does anybody need their sheet signed? Picked a good meeting.
I have to.